P. During COVID, Pandemic P.
Oh, Pandemic P was a menace.
Pandemic P worked the program with Apollo Crews. Can you tell the story of betting John Laurinaitis a steak dinner that you could get something out of Apollo and what you meant by that?
Sweet nectar of the gods. Double cask. Yeah. During the pandemic, the very talented Apollo Crews was kind of floundering. They kind of had. I think at that part they had done like a couple stop start kind of pushes with him, and at this time, I think I was still a producer. I don't think I had been fully relieved of my producer duties yet. I think I was producer and wrestling, I think. But I remember meeting Apollo and working with him a little bit and seeing like, man, this guy's got some, he's got some skills, man, and great personality, impressive look. Short for the WWE universe, for Vince's stature, he likes, but I saw something there, and John Laurinaitis and I one day were having a conversation. He was asking me, what do you think of this guy? What do you think of that guy? And he said, you think about Apollo Crews? I said, man, there's something there, man. That kid's got some talent. You could do something with him. He goes, I don't see anything.
Whoa.
And I said, you don't think so? He goes, and I guess, what was missing, like he had a great look and he had ability, but something was missing from the character.
Okay.
He wasn't, for their taste at the time, there wasn't enough there. There wasn't enough oomph, and I liked Apollo, and I disagree with John. I said, I think you're wrong on this one. And so we went back and forth on it a little bit, and I said, let me work with him. I'll get some out of him. And he goes, I don't think you can. I said, I bet I can. And John said, all right, bet a steak dinner. I said, you're on. I bet you a steak dinner. Give me Apollo Crews. I bet I get something out of him. And he said, all right, kid. So I called Apollo. I said, hey, man, look, we need to talk.
All right, kid, to you?
Yeah. Like, it's funny. Laurinaitis used to say that to me all the time. Like, I remember, I'm like, I'm 40 years old, man. Still a kid to me.
Okay.
So, all right, well, I'll be a kid forever then. Hey, kid. So I talked to Apollo, and I said, hey, man, I'm going to tell you straight up. It's the conversation I had with Laurinaitis. They say, ain't nothing in you. You ain't got it. I disagree. So it's funny, we talked, and I talked to him about upping his aggression. When it's time to get yours, you can do cool shit, but that's not what they want to see. They want to see your aggression. They want to see your charisma. They want to see your presence. That's what you got to turn up. We got to get that. And he said, okay, and his coachability was impressive because, if he was the guy, if you tell him something, he's not going to say, yeah, okay, and then keep doing the same. You would see the changes made. And we worked a good little program together. And like when he was getting on me, I would tell him, turn it up, be in there like, turn it up, come on, lay it in, get in there, And I remember, at the PC we had a match, and because I'm pretty. Oh yeah, that's when I introduced the new United States Championship. Okay. Yeah, I introduced the new U.S. Championship design, and
he was the champ at that time.
Yeah, he was, but he. We were supposed to have a U.S. Championship match, but I think he caught COVID, so he couldn't make it. So I felt that he automatically forfeited the match because he didn't show up, so that made me U.S. champion by default. But sadly, they don't count that in my U.S. title reigns. They don't say I'm a 3-time U.S. champion. And I disagree. I presented the new title. I showed up for the match. I can't control Apollo Crews. He didn't show up.
No.
I was there. So I feel like that should be my 3rd U.S. championship title run.
You're a champ in our book. 3 times.
3-time U.S. champion. But what ended up coming out of that is Apollo stepped up. He took the coaching. He added some facets to his game, and he turned the volume up on his charisma. He turned up, his aggressiveness. And John Laurinaitis bought me a steak dinner. As a matter of fact, I went and ordered myself a very extravagant, luxurious steak dinner.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, I think I got like a big ass tomahawk. So pretty sure I had a glass or two of some high end single malt, and I presented Mr. Laurinaitis with the bill, and he said, "It's fair. Deal's a deal. You got it out of him,
Right
okay?"
on.
So he didn't. At that point, they were kind of